Welcome to this episode of Beauty to Bank. This is the #1 place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. I am your host, Season Bennett. I am the CEO of The Social Barber. And each and every week, I strive to help beauty professionals change their thinking and shift really their mindset and learn how to make money by creating and selling digital products, like webinars, like courses, like ebooks, like templates, just to name a few. My goal is to help you create passive income and stop trading your time for money. All right. We've got an amazing show today. I want to talk to you about why the algorithm doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to talk about that. Also, I have been such a fan of Taylor Perry on Instagram. So we've got him here today. Super excited about that. All right. If you are here, go ahead. You're listening to my voice. Go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments and make sure you can hear me loud and clear. All right. All right. Okay. I see those ones coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and share this with a friend. I do really feel like it's super important to get your business bestie with you. It's really like an accountability partner for your business, someone that can keep you accountable, keep you moving forward, keep you on track. Nobody is perfect. I mean, everybody has distractions and low motivation times, and having a business bestie can really help keep you on track. So share this with your business bestie. All right. Did you do it? All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump right in to this algorithm. Okay. I really want to talk to you about why the algorithm doesn't matter. I know it's so scary. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here with you. Let's make sure here we're all set. Can you see it? Let me make sure you can see it real quick before I get started. All right. So first off, before we talk about this algorithm, let's literally talk about what is an algorithm, okay? So for those of you guys who don't know, before I became a full-time entrepreneur, I actually used to be a vice president at a Fortune 50 company before I quit in 2017, okay? So I got this really high-paying, amazing job because I have 2 degrees. One of my undergrad is in math, okay? So total nerd alert. We're going to nerd out together. Don't worry, okay? This is all going to come together. But in math, an algorithm is literally a formula, okay? Depending on how many math classes you took, how far you got, we've got all these different formulas from the Pythagorean theorem, right? You guys remember that? So literally when you plug in the numbers into this formula, you always get the right answer, okay? Instagram's algorithm, and I'm going to use air quotes there, is not a reliable formula. You could literally plug in the same formula every single day and get a different result, okay? Literally. You guys know, like, let me know, drop it in the comments if that has happened to you. Go ahead and drop a 2 in the comments, okay? It's happened to all of us, and it is super frustrating, and it's not reliable, okay? Algorithms are reliable. Instagram, I don't know what we gotta call that one. We're gonna come up with a new name for that, but it's not reliable. It literally changes every single day, and it can be very frustrating as a business owner, as someone who is looking to really make a splash with their business on Instagram or Facebook, right? Every single social media has some type of an algorithm, okay? And it can be super frustrating, and you feel like you're just chasing something around, and sometimes something works and sometimes the exact same thing does not work, and it's not your fault, okay? It is not your fault. That is how it is designed. They're constantly changing it. At the end of the day, everything that we're doing on social media, social media is not for us, okay? We don't own our accounts. Literally, it is a business, okay? We're here free. We're driving traffic to their business so that they can get ad dollars. So basically the way it works is the longer that we are keeping people on the platform, the more money that they're making. That's really basically the business model, okay? So they're constantly changing this, driving their numbers up, all right? So it is not reliable. That is really what I want you to understand. And I want you to understand this because I want you to know that it's not you. I want you, a lot of people I've heard have actually come to me and share that they have expressed feelings of frustration and even depression, because maybe their numbers aren't growing. They've spent so much time creating really amazing content, and they're just not getting the same type of results, and it can be very frustrating. Okay. So I want to help you shift your focus when you are posting on your Instagram. Okay. Let's talk about what do we want while we are on social media? Do we want followers or do we want sales? Okay. Let's talk about what really matters. Now, when I am talking to anybody that's on my platform, I'm always talking to business owners. I'm talking to beauty professionals. I'm talking to barbers, hairstylists, makeup artists, nail techs, cosmetologists, those of you who are in the beauty industry and you're licensed professionals who service customers for a living. Okay. That's who I'm talking to. Now, the only reason why you might care more about followers as opposed to sales is if you were a paid influencer. That is something that could definitely affect your pay. But for most of us, even though some people are getting paid as an influencer, but it might be, a tenth of their income or less. Okay, so if you're not in a range where you're getting 90% or more of your income being a paid influencer, okay, then this is for you. All right. Let's talk about sales. The whole purpose of us being and having our business on social media is to be visible. We want to connect with people. This is the ultimate networking party. Every single person that we want to connect with is on social media. I mean, it doesn't matter who you service, whether you service, an older clientele, a younger clientele, Black, white, Native American, straight, gay. It does not matter who your clients are. Everyone is on social media. So of course your business should be there. It's the ultimate way to attract new clients. It is free. Now, I don't want to say it's completely free because it does cost your time, but it's become a requirement that you need to have a presence on social media. It's a trust factor. Like, people don't even trust you if you don't have some type of social media presence, right? It used to be you had to have a website, but now it's more so, what's your Facebook? What's your Instagram? And you're like, you don't have one? What's going on? And especially in the type of business where you are servicing clients, you want to meet them where they are. You want to hang out where they're hanging out so that you can connect with them. Okay. It's the new networking party. All right. So we're talking about followers or sales. We want to be talking about sales or converting those followers, right, into actually paid customers in your actual brick and mortar business, correct? So with that, first of all, I need to make sure that you have a product for sale. If you're a business, I hope you have something that you're selling, whether you're, building your clientele. If you are selling tickets to, some type of digital content, bravo to you, congratulations. But whatever it is, there needs to be something that you have for sale. If not, I'm sorry to tell you, honey, you're not a business, okay? Something has to be for sale. And so when we're doing that, the content that we are creating is going to be pushing people to eventually become a paid customer and give us money, right? That is the ultimate goal, okay? And sometimes, what we perceive to be valuable, what we perceive to be the right type of content is not correct. Let me give you an example, okay? I'm not going to name any names because this was a private conversation with one of my mastermind members, okay, with my 6-figure business systems group coaching program. One of my members shared with me, and she actually shared it within the group. And if she wants to tag herself here, she's welcome to. But she posts religiously. She posts all the time. She has an amazing coaching program that she does. And she was posting, and she doesn't always get a lot of engagement, okay, by, a lot of people's standards. But she posts all the time. And what happened is she actually shared with me that, she said, you know what, I'm going to share, have a product that really is what I'm passionate about. Okay. And it was a very expensive product. It was, well over $5,000. We'll say that. Right. And one day that sale came through for that over $5,000 product. And she was like, oh my gosh, she didn't have a lot of likes, but what it was is that her content was speaking to her target audience. Okay. So when you are posting, you want to make sure that your content is actually resonating with who you want it to. Okay. So let's talk about these vanity metrics, because that's what the problem is, and that's what makes us feel frustrated on social media, right? So vanity metrics could be followers, okay? They could be likes, they could be views. And let me tell you, I know everybody's like, what do you mean? What's wrong with that? Okay, let me tell you what's wrong with vanity metrics, okay? At the end of the day, who are these people, right? If there's a 10-year-old boy in Bangladesh who is liking all your posts, commenting, and even dropping in your DMs, and you own a hair salon in Ohio, most likely they're not going to come to your hair salon and pay for your services, okay? If you're teaching an online class about starting a new business, okay, and same 10-year-old boy in Bangladesh is liking all of your content, sharing it, all that good stuff, right? All that stuff that makes us feel good. At the end of the day, they're not going to buy your paid program, okay? So really, I like to really just make sure that we're focusing on the right things, and it's almost like this parent-child conversation. Okay, let me tell you what I have this conversation a lot with some of my students, where as a parent, sometimes we know what's good for our kids, right? We're like, you need to eat more broccoli, you need to eat more salad, but what do they want? They want more candy. Okay. So sometimes, it's kind of hard, because it's like, hey guys, this I know you want the likes. I know you want the views. I know you want the followers, but you really need to make sure that the content that you're serving up is really connecting with that target audience that will eventually become customers. Okay. So even more, what should we be focusing on? Okay. I know I'm telling you not to focus on this Instagram algorithm. All right. So what should you focus on? You should focus on connections, okay? Really making a connection with your audience. And the way that you know that you're making a connection is people are DMing you, people are emailing you, they're calling you, they're making comments, and they're real comments. They're not these, oh my gosh, this person changed my life with Forex, right? You guys know those comments. These are real people that are in your target niche, and they are actually resonating with with your content. You're connecting with the right people, okay? They're opting in to your email and your text list. All right? And ultimately they will become customers, okay? Really, 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 let's try to focus on this. I know it's uncomfortable, but this is a conversation we have to have, all right? All right. If this helped you at all, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and shift on over. I'm excited to bring forward our guest of the week. All right, guys, I have literally been like sitting back as a fan watching this guy's Instagram account. Like, I literally am just amazed and floored with the transformations, as you will be as well. Taylor Perry is the industry leader in SMP. If you don't know what SMP, it's Scalp Micro Pigmentation. And so he really helps to enhance his clients' confidence. And he's been doing this for over 20 years. We're going to talk to him more about this. But he's, really has experience as a barber and a tattoo artist. So it's amazing that, he came across this. Okay. He also has an online school, and he actually teaches this as well. So let's see if we can get Taylor over here. Taylor, are you there? Welcome, Taylor, to the Beauty to Bank show. I'm so excited to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, well, it's afternoon for me here, but I'm super excited to have you. I've been admiring your work forever, okay? I have really been admiring your work from afar forever. So for so let's take a step back and talk about how you got started in this.
Okay, so basically, I could say I'm a lifer in the beauty industry. I became a barber at 15 years old in a barber shop.
Wow.
Then I originally went to school for cosmetology at 16, which is the legal age in Florida. And then later on, I got my master barber license as well. And I've been cutting hair since I was 15.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. And so, I mean, how did you hear about SMP? Did you hear about it before? Or, I mean, how did you get started?
It's actually a really crazy story. A lot of times when I think about it, I get goosebumps. Like,
Okay.
so my older brother is
Uh-huh.
a tattoo artist. I'm 37 now. Right now, I think he's about 53.
Okay.
So he's a lot older than me.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to tattoo when I was 18 years old.
Okay.
So I learned how to tattoo when I was 18. My whole family is very artistic.
Hmm.
So I did tattoos for years, not at a high level, just something I liked doing. I was always, my profession was a barber, you know? So years down the line, we're talking almost 5 years ago now, I was totally done with cutting hair. I was cutting hair at 20 years at that time. I'm done. I'm beat. My body hurts. But this is the only thing I've done my whole life. So I'm
Right.
lost. When it comes to a career change, I'm completely lost. I don't know what to do. And I want a career change. So I'm eating dinner at my sister-in-law's house. And her husband is like a real spiritual guy. And he's telling, I'm talking to him about, I want a career change. I don't know what to do, this and that. And he says, oh, you're going to have a career change and it's on its way. Don't worry. Like God's sending it to you. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. And I'm like, I know, what can I not know what it is? He's like, you don't even know this exists. And I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. So 8 months after that, my client comes in. He's not bald, he's thinning though, cutting his hair. He's like, oh, how do you like my head? I'm like, it looks great. Would you put Just for Men in it, or you dyed it yourself? And he's like, no, it's a tattoo. So I'm like looking at his head. I'm like, no effing way. I'm
Right.
like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is what he was talking about. I never knew
Right.
it existed. And right then and there, I was like, give me that guy's number who did your head. I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do.
Wow.
And that was it. It was a wrap from there.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. I am a very big a believer of going with the flow when something feels good. And that's what it sounds like. You're like, oh, I know this is what I'm supposed to do.
Well, in Miami too, we're so big on hair enhancements, on dyeing the
Yeah.
beard, dyeing the hairline, using hair fibers, all these different little tricks we do. I've been doing that for probably 15 years of my career.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw this, it's the same concept, different technique, looks a million times better, and it's
Mm-hmm.
permanent, which there's no permanent solution. This is the only one.
Right.
And plus tattooing, most of my life, that was it. It was a done deal the second I saw this guy's head.
You just knew. Okay. I love that. I love that. And it seems like, how long have you been offering the service? How long have you been doing this?
Right now, we're going a little bit over 4 years.
Okay, because that's what I felt like. It hadn't been super long, but it seems like
Oh, it's been a
you have just,
short period of time, but I've traveled very far in a short period.
yes, you have catapulted. Like, I mean, literally, I mean, I like to brag on my guests, okay? I like to brag on my guests. But I mean, look at, can we talk about some of these magazine covers?
Of course.
Yes, so I see here the Barber magazine. I saw another one, Barber Society. I mean, yes, you're just kind of taking the barber world by storm with this. And do you think that this technique is just for barbers, or who would you recommend to that this technique would change their life, knowing how to do this?
Okay, so learning how to like provide the service. Um, I liked. I got a great answer for both sides. For the
Okay.
beauty industry,
Yeah.
barbers, cosmetologists, pretty much even estheticians, anyone in the beauty industry, especially hair.
Yeah.
This is hands down the number one service that will completely change your life,
Hmm.
career wise. Now, with that being said, 95% of the scalp micropigmentation industry has zero background in hair.
Right.
So they're doing amazing work, and they're not barbers, they're not cosmetologists. The most common story you'll hear, which I love, is they got the procedure done on themselves, fell in love with it, and wanted to learn how to do it, which I think is awesome. And that's a passionate reason to do this. When I found out about SMP, there's probably, that I know of, one other barber at the time. So I was about the second barber in this industry. And I definitely, this intertwines way more with people in the beauty industry.
Okay. I think I like your work so much. Like when I've looked it up, and I'm not discounting anybody else, but when I've, Googled, scalp micropigmentation, I always go back to your work because there's details that barbers notice with haircuts.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why your work stands out in that field, because you do have a background as a barber, and barbers pay a different attention to detail. So
I mean, if you want to even like get technical, even as a barber, I was 20 years in at the time when I started SMP. I'm on an average basis, without exaggerating, I'm doing 20 to 30 haircuts a day, depending if it's a weekday or weekend, but 20 to 30 haircuts. That's my quota every day.
Wow.
For 20 years. So we're talking 20 hairlines a day for 20 years, 5 days a week. So SMP, we're creating hairlines. I see hairlines in my sleep.
Right.
So it's just so much repetition of doing so many hairlines over and over that this was pretty easy for me to pick up.
Right. I can tell. So let's talk a little bit. Now I know I'm putting you on the spot, guys. All right. But I know everybody in my audience wants to hear. I'm looking at these comments, and can we talk a little bit of numbers? Okay. Can we talk numbers? And I don't want to be tacky, but I love to. One of the reasons why I started this show is that I want to give people the dream. I want them to know what to want and what's possible. So let's talk a little bit of numbers. All right. So let me ask you this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go. You tell me.
Okay. I want to ask you in a way that's, I'm going to try to keep it cute over here. But let's say for some of the students that you've taught, what are the price ranges for these services that you offer?
Okay, so this is literally, especially as a barber, there's very limited services that we can implement to make more money for ourselves. If it's small, or selling products to our clients, hair gel, whatever. So average ballpark price pretty much worldwide is $2,500 to $3,000 per client.
Okay.
Which takes me 2 sessions to finish. Okay. And I book each session for 3 hours. And that's walking in the door, giving them the haircut preparation. So the actual procedure itself, I'm probably doing in about 2 hours.
Okay, right? So you're saying 6 hours, because it was 2 sessions of about 3 hours each.
6 hours, and let's say $2,500.
Okay, 6 hours, $2,500.
Yeah.
More than most people make in a week.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see the mind blown emojis in the comments. Okay.
I mean, as a barber, as a beautician, if you get 1 client a week, you just made $10,000 a month. You most likely just doubled your income.
Right.
Or tripled your income on a yearly basis. And when I first started doing this, money was not, didn't even ring in my bell. I was just super intrigued and I loved it. And then when I started doing this, and as I was building my portfolio and working my way up to the industry standard price, that first year was insane. I had a great Christmas.
Yeah. And birthdays.
And then it just hit me. I woke up and I was like, man, I cut hair 10 hours a day, all day long. I kill my body for $30. I'm killing my body for this. I'm going to be booked up every single day, just like I cut hair. And that is exactly what I did. I'm booked up 3 to 4 months out, all day long, every day. and I'm doing this like I cut hair. I killed my body for 20 years for less money. I'm going to kill my body for a few more years now, you know?
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you. So I've seen online that you actually train other people how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have how often do you do your in-person training?
So typically I'm doing it like once a month.
Uh-huh.
Once a month, once every other month. I try to stay pretty consistently just because the demand is so high. Since the day I started, I was being asked to teach them how to do this. So I waited like a good year and a half till I really felt like anything that can go wrong happened. And
Yeah.
I gotta answer for every question they can throw at me. So teaching, and it's just amazing. I put online course in there.
Yep.
So they do the online course before they come in. When they come in person, it's like I'm already teaching an existing artist.
Okay. So when they how long do they have access to the online piece?
Online is theirs forever.
Okay.
So it's always a reference for them to go back.
Mm-hmm.
We have a private Facebook group for ongoing support. So I'm always in contact with people I train. And then I like to really connect all the students together so they can all network. You know, I've trained people all over the country, in different countries. I got people in Australia, Indonesia, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, a lot in Canada. And I just like to connect everybody and just building like a community of support and just making friends all over the world, student wise.
Dope. That's dope. So let me ask you this, like, what is like, a lot of barbers and hairstylists, I've heard them say that when they start charging more or they start having a more premium priced service, they say, oh, my clients would never pay for that. Like, what do you have any advice or what would you say to those people?
I have a lot of advice for that. And
Mhm.
people want to raise their prices, and there is a lot. You have to have leverage in order to raise your prices, and you have to have value to raise your prices. So even for scalp micropigmentation, I didn't start off charging 2,500. It took me a year to work up to that. You know, I started. I started for free. I did a ton of people for free.
Right.
So let's put it like this: to charge premium price, right? One, you have to have high quality work. Two, you have to have a very big, strong portfolio, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get good at doing the work and to build a big portfolio, you got to do as many people as possible. So a lot of students ask me, yo, T, what's the fastest way for me to make money? And their jaw usually hits the floor. I tell them, work for free. And they're like, what? I'm like, build a portfolio and get extremely good. Because the faster you do that, the more you're going to be able to charge and the more you're going to get booked. You know,
Okay.
so you have to enjoy the process of learning. I got students that come, and I understand they paid a lot of money for the course, paid a lot of money to learn, travel. They go back home and they're like, yo, I can't book nobody. What's going on? Can you help me out? I'm like, well, what are you charging? They're like $2,000, $2,500. I'm like, but you only did two people. I'm like, let's start small. Whatever if you're making $300 a day at the barbershop, charge 300 bucks. You're going to do it in a couple hours and you just made your day's pay. You're
Right.
winning. You are winning. You're ahead. And as you get more clients and more pictures, then charge a little bit more because it is work and this is our career. But you know, I did this in 1 year, you know,
Wow.
and I feel like if I see somebody and I know SMP is going to look amazing on them, I need their photos. I'll do it at the beginning. I'm doing it pro bono because their photo is going to bring me tons of money.
Right. That's
I
dope.
have just those clients that are like those like diamond clients that it just comes out amazing on. I get some really nice photos of them, and literally I'll have 15 people walk in my door, show me the picture of that client and say, when I saw this picture, this is when I booked.
Right.
So these photos are going to bring you tons of other clients, you know? So, and it's a leverage thing. The more you're booked, the more you can raise your prices.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know,
That's really amazing. So that's like your biggest marketing tactic is showing your work.
that and leverage. If I'm booked for 4 months, so I can charge whatever I want. I have 4 months to book the next month. I have a lot of time to fish for the price that I want. If I'm not booked, trust me, I'm lowering my prices because my wheels got to keep on rolling, you know? So same thing with cutting hair. When I raise my prices cutting hair, if I was slow and I wasn't fully booked, I could not raise my price. Okay. When I'm fully booked, now's the time to raise my price because there will be people who don't want to pay that number, and that's making room for the people that will pay the number.
Okay, that makes sense. I hear all your notifications and everything going off. Everybody's like, they're trying to book.
My phone goes haywire.
They're trying to get you booked in here. Let me ask you, this is a question I've always wondered about SMP, right? So you're really helping to give the appearance of more hair for people who have thinning hair, but their hair still grows. The hair that they have is still growing. So do they still need to come and get haircuts?
Yeah. So it is funny too, because some clients will be like, send me a picture and their hair is like super long on the side. Yeah. And I'm like, you're still bald. So you still got to shave your head. You still got to do your haircut the same way you would need to do it before, except it just looks way better. And the guys that are totally bald, that you can see kind of like, the line going around, they would shave and say about a day later to 2 days later, you start seeing the line. And that's what really bothers a lot of us men. It makes us look old, So gentlemen in that situation, they say first it was 2 days, now they can get 4 days out of it, and this line is like really camouflaged from where the baldness is. And once they shave, it's like totally undetectable. It looks like they just want to shave.
Okay, so you're not really losing a client if you do SMP on them.
No, they still need haircuts.
Okay, so haircuts. This is
a lot of barbers do. I've got asked that by a lot of barbers, like, yo, I'm gonna lose my clients if I do this. They're never gonna come back. No, they still got to get their beard done. They still need to shave their head. If they have existing hair, still got to get a haircut. It just looks better.
That's right.
And
oh my gosh.
Another thing that I stress too, because I get a lot of women that come and train with me, tons of women from the beauty industry. This is mainly catered right now to men. It's male dominant, but I do not know one girl that I personally know, like friends that haven't picked their hair up and said, oh my, I need SMP right here. Because they feel when they do the bun, you can see through the hair. When they wear it down, it is a market for everyone, and women is almost untapped right now.
Wow. Are you guys listening to this?
So
this is amazing.
It's literally almost untapped for women. There's a lot of women that are starting to get it, but it's not marketed to women. And I have not met a woman that did not ask me to do SMP on her head because they feel like they can see through their hair.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Taylor, oh my gosh, I have enjoyed talking to you so much. I could talk to you forever. This is like fascinating to me. Like when I saw this, I was like, I have to get him on the show. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have to get him. Let me drop into the DM.
All the support you're always giving me. I appreciate it so much.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. We have to have you back. I know you're going to be doing something else crazy and extraordinary. I got so much to
talk about and so many things in the works right now. I would love to be back soon.
Yes, we will definitely have you back. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
All right. Wasn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. I enjoyed that. I have been a big fan of this whole SMP thing. I think it's a cutting edge technology. Make sure that you connect with Taylor on these links. Make sure to follow him and drop into his DMs and connect with him as well. All right. Yes, so we are coming to the end of our show. I've enjoyed our time together. Let's go ahead, and I want to go ahead and invite you now. If you are interested in creating digital content, if you are tired of trading your time for money, if you are interested in finding out what it all means, you hear digital products, you hear digital content, you hear passive income, and it sounds so confusing. And I've literally heard people tell me that it sounds like a scam. Okay. I get it. I understand. If you want information, go ahead and click the link below and register for a free training. You can find out more about it and see other people that I've worked with, other beauty professionals, other barbers, hairstylists, makeup artists, nail techs who have decided, like, listen, like, I want to start doing something else. I want to figure out where I can take my knowledge of the beauty industry straight to the bank. How do I do that? How do I get started? Now's the time. Go ahead and click the free training and you can actually start watching it now. All right. I really appreciate you. Again, you could be anywhere in the world and you're hanging out with me right now on this episode of Beauty to Bank. I will see you next week, same time, same place. All right. Bye.